we learn from this episode of Queen Radio? A whole lot of fucking nothing. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. All the mess is going on. I've already did my Dear Cardi B, you lost video. Now it's time to move on, talk about Nicki Minaj. Girl, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna have these therapy sessions. Y'all can call me Inyana Bottoms Aunt or some shit. Whatever y'all want to call me, because I got on lace and leather and shit and no lube. But we gotta talk about Nicki Minaj and her episode of Queen Radio she put out with Funkmaster Flex and whoever these folks is, girl. She had Rod and Brooke Bailey on there. And girl, them hoes had some tea and they spilled it all over. And I have several things I want to talk about. Like, what did we learn from this? What did we get from Nicki? First of all, it took Nicki ass 30 goddamn minutes. Nicki, girl, your ass said this shit was gonna come on whatever day. It didn't come on. Then you said it's gonna come on Monday at 1. Then you pushed that shit back to 3 p.m. on Eastern Standard Time, which is my time zone. Then your ass made us wait 30 minutes listening to a whole bunch of damn music, and Funkmaster Flex put out this 2003 fucking middle school ass pep rally music, girl. Pep rally music. Girl, I thought I was about to be a drum major for me. I was like, damn, this old ass fucking Keith wet ass damn music, girl. Can we get something current? Funkmaster Flex? Cause the damn mix sound funky. So Nicki Minaj went on, she got straight to the T. Nicki Minaj basically said that Cardi B ass is ghetto, unprofessional, and Nicki basically pulled out the white woman card. Nicki said she was embarrassed, honey. She was embarrassed that someone had the audacity to try to fight her out in public. Like, how you do that? We're fighting in gowns. We're doing this in gowns. Like, girl, I don't know where y'all get these standards from. I'm trying to impress white people. The couple of things that we learned, like, let's stick to it. Nicki Minaj is bothered by Cardi B. She is still bothered by her. Nicki basically confirmed it by saying that she has, Cardi B has made it off of payola and sympathy. Now, I don't think the sympathy thing is, I'm not sure what she mean by sympathy. Maybe she can say that, you know, they sympathize with her story or her upbringing. But Nicki Minaj, that shit was the same for you. Like, people respected you at that time and you coming up and doing the work and rapping with these folks and got to where you at. But I think, Nicki, you're a little bit displaced and you don't understand the situations and what appeals to us, because that's not you anymore. Like, and I feel like Cardi B will go through the same shit, but we can't expect these folks to keep the same energy that they started from. It's very, very hard, even for me, and maybe that's why my ass need to be broke. It's the same thing how we think about Mary J. Blige. Like, she puts out good music when she's going through a breakup or something. And sometimes that shit is very draining. Sometimes some people best content that we want from someone is pain and suffering. But we don't think about the shit they've been through to get to that. So we're like, damn, why they ain't putting out the same shit? Because they're not going through their pain and suffering no more. So it's kind of difficult that we expect so much from these folks. We expect this sickening ass body to work, but we don't understand what it took for this body to work to get to where it's at. There's some stories that I can't probably tell that I told 2-3 years ago. I can't tell you about me dodging the damn the leasing office, going to check the mailbox 3-4 years ago. Shit, I'm dodging my goddamn landlord right fucking now. He calling my ass asking for the damn rest of the rent. I ain't got it. So some stories I can't, like, I got some of it, I ain't got all of it. Some stories you can't tell the same. So Nick, I think you're bothered by the fact that people can gravitate towards her because they relate to her. And that's why you said that sympathy shit. Now, you also said payola. Now, this conversation has been had so many times. Payola, how we feel about it. They're saying that, you know, Cardi was out here paying DJs and paying folks what Atlantic was having, you know, paying these folks to do this shit. Now, there's a lot of shit I can't really confirm 100% if that shit is true, but I would not be surprised. It is what it is. Like, I just, ooh, girl, because I've seen some shit. I'm like, damn. And I feel like Atlantic is just doing what anybody else is doing. Like, girl, we want somebody to come for Nicki's spot, and we gonna push the money behind this shit. Ain't no telling what type of contract that fucking Cardi B signed to even do that shit. So I don't even know why Nicki is pressed about this shit. Like, Nicki, you're saying that your money is long. You call her, basically call her kind of ghetto and hood rat and all that type of shit. And it's just like, how dare you get out here and say this shit, and then on the same damn radio show, you talking about some, you having a whole conversation about sex. That shit ain't professional. If you want to go by your rules, like Nicki Minaj, girl, you be talking in circles. And the fact that you even have the audacity to say in one part that women need to learn how to be submissive, women should be submissive to their husband, lets me know that you don't get it. You don't really get it. Your ass just don't get it. You spent this whole, like, she was on radio for 3.5 hours, and you can tell it was good for like content, but you can tell that Nicki had a lot of shit she wanted to get off her chest. And then when we pressed her for more information. She said that I can't talk about this because legal and all that type of stuff. So I want to know what is going on. Is Nicki trying to do some type of lawsuit or litigation against Cardi B? Like, what is that? That's one of the things I'm thinking about, because the fact that she said that, like, why she can't comment on it. Now they're saying that Ra popped Cardi ass, Nicki ass just stood there and she looked on the side and ain't shit happened. Like, Nicki was just like, girl, like, my ass is gonna stand right here, I ain't gonna do shit, I'm gonna let my crew. How I'm thinking, I pay these folks to fight. I don't know I don't know where y'all getting this, that I'm supposed to get out my shit and fight a motherfucker that I'm paying their ass, you know, a Q coin to protect me, and you want me to do some shit? Girl, anytime some shit going on, y'all don't remember when Beyonce ass was in that damn elevator and her damn sister was over here jet Li and the shit out of Jay-Z and his damn nose, and Beyonce sat like there with what shit going on while Julius was protecting her? Girl, that's that damn energy, bitch. If your ass trying to fight me and I got enough money to pay somebody, I'm not finna do this shit. Y'all just keeping the real bullshit. Bitch, my face is everything, honey. I have to be able, this is me, bitch. I have to be able to make coin. If my ass is in the hospital for 2 or 3 weeks or whatever, girl, ain't no telling y'all might replace me with Cardi B. But Nicki did what she had to do. I don't expect Nicki to fight. Nicki can't fight. I don't think she can't even twerk. So I know she can't throw no hands. But Cardi ass can't throw no damn hands all the time either. You see this videos of her ass getting her ass thumped and shit. But Nicki, the fact that you said that Cardi B came to your culture, and then you wanted to say that Nicki, you wanted to say that Cardi B is not a black woman. She is very much black. She's black. Now, we can talk about colorism and how people view her and all that type of shit. Maybe even, you know, ambiguity or whatever that is, of saying that, you know, maybe some folks don't just see her as black, they look at her as Latinx, so it's not such and such. Now, we can have that conversation. But at the end of the day, Cardi B is black. I don't give a damn if even Cardi B ass say she isn't black, because she said it, you know, she's such and such or whatever, but that's old, it's past. Honestly, both of y'all ass are problematic. Like Nicki, you tried to call her out. You had the woman who, you know, because there's a rumor saying that you've been talking about her child and how she ain't got no good parental skills. So what did your petty ass do? You went and found the girl who Cardi B called her deceased child a monkey. Like, she did this shit 2, 4 years ago, whatever. Like, we always saying some shit like, Nicki, you were out here saying switching like sissies and you faggots. Like, girl, you have said some shit. Even people are still questioning why you have not responded or said anything during the post shooting. Considering that a lot of your fan base are queer or on the LGBTQ spectrum, you've not said anything about it. It makes us think like, what's going on? Like, the only thing that I think that you have done recently was making sure that that person stopped misgendering T.S. Madison. And even then, you didn't do a good job enough for me, because you should have dragged their ass right then and there. I do not play about that misgendering bullshit, because people do that shit out of fucking spite. I had somebody do that to me, and I had to correct their ass. I don't play about that misgendering bullshit, because some of y'all enjoy, some of y'all foot get turned on by having it on somebody else's fucking neck, and I ain't here for it. So, Nicki, your ass is pressed by Cardi B for what reason? And maybe you need to understand that although you're not the #1 right now, you were at one point. You were at one point. Now, I understand that you deal with some type of misogyny and stuff in the industry and all that type of shit, but Nicki, some of the same shit that you complain about, you do. The shit that you did with Lakim, yes, that shit was trash as hell. You know, you did the same shit, so now you're kind of reaping what you're sowing, so maybe you should stop the damn wheel. Maybe then you should say, you know what, this is enough. We need to talk. Nicki, you like, I'm not sure, like almost close to 40. Maybe you need to say, maybe we need to talk. But Nicki, I believe that you're out here doing shit and you're saying shit behind closed doors. You're making things that we can't see. And Cardi experiences, because I remember when Cardi B did a video and she was saying these folks are fucked up, they doing shit. And when you do wrong to folks, that wrong transforms into some goodness for that person, because it's just not meant to happen. It's just not meant to happen unless they're out here intentionally doing some shit. Now, you might have fucked with her mentally, but that girl is out here getting this damn shit. What else did we learn? Like, you need to learn about blackness, Nicki. You need to understand that. I feel like you surround yourself with people who are not educating you and letting you know. You have too many yes people behind you, because even your response with T.S. Madison and Miss Gender stuff was very late. I think that you could have did a way better job considering how many people you have that identify as trans, bisexual, and queer who follow you. So I think you can do a way better job than what you did with T.S. Madison. But I do love that you do support. You did, say, girl, hold up. But you can do more. What else did we learn from this Queen Radio? We also learned that Nicki loves to see people groveling for her. How Funk Monster Flex was just like, oh my gosh, how you see how Nicki was just responding and trying to like get him to say shit and apologize, and she got turned on from that. Nicki wants to feel like she is the queen instead of just reigning and being queen. Girl, you can at least be queen regent. Like, girl, you out here acting like Cersei Lannister ass. Like, you ain't got the throne number, but you trying to handle this shit from the sidelines, and it's not your time no more. Like, girl, and they tell you might blow up the Red Keep. You might blow up some shit to make it happen. I believe in you doing that shit behind the scenes. Now, you shading girls and saying that she right here fighting folks and doing stuff like we on Love and Hip Hop when you got two women behind you who have been on reality shows. Ra has been on the reality show Love and Hip Hop, and Brooke Bailey has been on some show that I can't think of. So I'm just like, girl, what's the tea? Like, you dragging these folks, you saying this and you saying that your money long, act like it. Act like it. But Nicki, you talking about some, you ain't stopped nobody's bag. You have never stopped a black woman's bag. You've never stopped a woman's bag, period. Do you remember that blogger, that writer who was writing for Karen Civil, who only tweeted and said that she wanted you to put out some more mature music? You responded to her and called her poor and all that type of shit and said, fuck you, bitch, and da-da, in her DMs. And then this girl lost her damn job. You remember her name, Miss Wanna? You dragged her ass and the shit. So you dealing with the same shit that Cardi B is dealing with. But you do it in-house. You do it behind closed doors, so we can't see this shit. But we see your ass, and we see how pitiful your ass can be, because you spent 3.5 hours talking about this shit, and I bet it made you wet. You brought all these celebrities out. Well, these people out here, they care about me. Nicki, if you're gonna be out here giving King of the Week or King of the Year or, Man of the Year or some shit, why does always the awards given out have to do with your ass and something somebody done for you? Like, you gave Jeffrey some fucking $25,000 and some donation, some shit. I believe that was some performative bullshit. You talking about you can't get in touch with him. If you wanted to, you would have. If you wanted to get in touch with Jeffrey, you would have got in touch with his ass. I mean, NBC and all these other folks got in contact with him to do a damn interview, so you damn sure can do. So do the damn work, sis. Don't be trying to perform the shit, do the damn shit. But Nicki, every time you get him an award, it's got to be something to do with you. So, I mean, the Queen Radio is sickening. It's about the only thing that's on top of the charts right now for you and Queen related. But we do enjoy the podcast, radio show, whatever you got going on. I think it's the best decision that you've ever made. I think that's why you fell in love with the Queen's Court, because you wanted some shit like that. That's probably why you and Karen Silver are cool, because you want somebody to out here do the work for you, because you feel like everybody's against you. Now, this is going off track. I do feel like a lot of people ain't fucking with Nicki Minaj. I feel like a lot of people do have some type of animosity or hatred for her for whatever reason, some shit she's done or some things she's changed, or she ain't the same person no more. But I feel like we have to be honest and admit, like, I just don't like Nicki Minaj. Sometimes I'm seeing so many people do all these intellectual trips and flips and shit to support each person, like this and that. Both of their ass is trash. Nicki has done some shit, Cardi has done some shit, and they continue to do some shit. Both of their ass is garbage, okay? And both of them were wrong for their shit. So if you're gonna punish both of them, you're gonna punish one person, you got to punish the other. You're gonna punish Cardi for throwing the shoe, you got to also punish Nicki Minaj for also starting that shit. Like, I'm not saying that it's right, but you got to hand down on both of them. When we take it to a physical level, that shit is garbage. Cardi B should have never thrown that damn shoe at Nicki Minaj. She should have never done that shit, because that shit could have hurt somebody. That's all I'm concerned about. But Nicki, you knew what you did, and you continue to do it. You could have just easily took your grown ass in your limo, your Uber XL, and took your ass back to your hotel room. But you want to go out, and post all these things on Instagram. That's more gaslighting shit. That's more gaslighting shit that you're doing to be like, girl, look, you got fucked up when you could have just said, you know what, I'm gonna be a grown woman. Then you get get your ass on your podcast or whatever you got going on this week and act like you were trying to be so grand or whatever. But girl, you was posting all this subliminal shit on Instagram and Twitter. You got to think that we stupid as hell if you don't think that some of the raps and shit you said was directed to Cardi B. Cut the shit out. Cut the shit out. Now, I'm gonna give you this. I agree with you 100% when you said, oh girl, you out here fighting these strippers around to make their money and shit, but you need to be trying to take that energy out on your man. Now, some folks say, well, you don't know what Cardi has done behind the scenes. She might be going off, but bitch, the shit ain't working. The shit ain't working because he's still doing the same shit, and she got to pop somebody and cuss folks out every once in a while before and after they got married about their relationship and what they got going on with folks coming in and having sex with her husband. Girl, you need to find some energy to do some shit like that. And Cardi B, it is garbage for you to say, well, kids off limits, and your ass has said some shit about kids. Girl, you said some shit about some folks' kids, and you said verbatim that kids, like, I'm somebody's child.
Nothing is off limit. I hate when some people come at me and it's like, oh, Cardi, why you coming at people's kids for? But I'm my mother's kid. Like, the same way your kid is your baby, I'm my mother's baby. But
Nicki, you talking about something, you don't say nothing about somebody's kids, but girl, your rap, you have a verse in saying, how you leave your one son over a stack. Like, girl, that's the same shit. You mentioned the child, it's the same shit. So essentially, what have we learned from this situation? Both of their asses hypocrites. A lot of people who follow both of them are hypocrites. My ass is probably a hypocrite on some shit. I'm gonna be honest. Now, if I had to support and say that I'm a fan, I really would say Nicki Minaj because I've been following Nicki Minaj from the very beginning. I've not followed Cardi B like that. I do appreciate her, but honestly, I would throw both of their ass away for $5 to give me a goddamn Jimmy John's motherfucking sandwich. I don't give a damn about neither one of their ass, honestly. And I want to let people know that this is my career. This is my job. I talk about the culture. I am the culture, bitch, and I will drag it. And I have a podcast named For the Culture Podcast. Nicki Minaj, get your shit together. Stop gaslighting. Stop fucking with hoes and saying that you ain't did shit when you know you have. Like, the podcast spilled all the tea we need from your ass. You just being petty as hell. Like, you were petty the entire time, girl. You played that girl audio. Like, you just went full force. And I think that's because you really got a whole bunch of kids that who support you, and they be lighting your ass up, like, girl. And you can't. I don't know. Like, Nicki Minaj, you slick remind me of Michael Jackson. Like, you want to be around a bunch of kids to feel your youth. And it's just not cute. The only thing you need to be filling it out is the application to get some twerk classes, because that shit you be doing ain't the tea. Congratulations, happy for whatever tour you got going on with Lil Uzi. I thought that shit was the best thing, and T.S. Madison on the podcast. I thought that was cute. But other than that, girl, you are garbage fuck and you are a gaslighter. But let me know what y'all think about all this stuff that's going on, honey. Let me know. Make sure you check out the full blog on kingareach.com, and I'll talk y'all later on tonight. Bye.